Yes, a train journey. Why a train journey? Ah, well, see, everyone else is off showing you fancy, like, PvP videos and PvE videos, and I thought I'd show you some of those, but not quite yet. Like, this one, this is the video I wanted to show you, and this is for level 50s. Now, if you're not level 50, you could help a level 50 with this. You could also sell them the ability to do this if you really wanted to, but I'm going to show you how to get plus 10 all stats. This is, of course, a Datacron. And this is a doozy. You need 4 people. Right. So the first thing you want to do is go to Corellia. And you're going to need to loot this little red crystal in the box that you've just seen here. And I'm going to get distracted and loot something else. There you go. But this red little crystal in the left-hand side of the screen that you see, you need to pick this up. Now this is in Axial Park. It's just south of the zoo. And I'm going to show you on the map in a second where it is, once I'm actually done looting these gloves. Well, actually, I'm complaining at the group mate that, you know, I just randomly found a chest. So there you go, it's just south of the Coronet Zoo. You can see the coordinates and everything there. Right, once you've got that, you then need to go to Alderaan, and you need to go to the Duran Mountains, and you need to go to these coordinates. You need to talk to this NPC. And you buy an MGGS for 10,000 credits. Now, I know it's 10,000 credits, but hey, you're getting plus 10 stats. It's worth it. So, you pick up this MGGS. It's not bind on pickup. You can trade it with other people if you so desire. Right, once you've got those 2 items, you then head back to the fleet. You head down the western lift, and you go to the Interfleet Transport. Once you're on here, you then go and talk to the wonderful NPC, who is out and to the left. Over here, there you go, you talk to this guy, and you go to the northern one, you go to the Zeost Shadow Shuttle, okay? You don't need to go to the one up to the left, you don't need White Nova, you need Zeos, top one. A very short journey later, and you arrive on the Zeost. At some point, if you don't get shot down. Or fly into a Wookiee. Why Wookiees are floating in space, I don't know. I'm trying to get to the moon. There you go. So, we've landed on the Zeost. Now, this is where things get interesting. Remember, you need 4 guys. Now, each guy needs an MGGS. Only one of you needs the crystal. The one that's doing this, the level 50, needs the crystal. None of the other guys do. And they can all be lower level if you so desire. Right, so you then head through the Zeost, and you're going to head up to here. There's an elevator up in the top corner. So you're going to run around. It's quite a trek. This is quite a hard Datacron to get. I've not found one that's harder than this in regards to what it actually requires. This took us a fair amount of figuring out, and it was a really interesting puzzle. Also, I'd like clicking things if you haven't worked that out. So there you go. Up we go, and then we're going to go round here to the right. We're going to take this elevator when I get there. I need a faster sprint, I should be a Jedi. Up to the museum. Right, and once you're in the museum, you're going to go round to the right. Now, you've got to interact with the exhibits, and the first one you need to interact with is going to be the gun over to the right, but what you're after is these things over here. These are the Datacrons. They're going to give you your plus 10 stats, and you're going to be using the thing up to the left, the big statue. You're going to be using the ship up there as well, and you're going to be using this turret over here. So, the first thing you do is go over to the turret. Round the corner from the marker is going to be a targeting laser activator that's going to change the target. You use that, it's going to target you, run out in front of the gun, bam! Unfortunately, because I'm a tank, I survive, but normally you'll be one shot by this. If you do survive it, just run back and use it again. It does have a bit of a cooldown though, so you need to wait. I was too quick this time. So you just wait a few seconds. There you go, saw it activate. Just gonna give it a few, and then click the button again, targeting controls, it will set you as the target. You can actually kill people with this, by the way. And you run out, and bam! Shoots you. Right. Then you return to Med Center, and there's a droid up to your left that's going to put you on a ledge up here. What you do is you go into the ship, and you use the little turret thing that's just in front of you. It's a targeting laser shooter that will then do this. Bam! And fire at the door. Then, all 4 of you are going to go through the door. As you are done in this room for now. You will be coming back, though, in a sec. You go round, and whoever is doing this, for level 50, will need to touch this blue crystal. You'll be able to interact with it down in this bottom side, and you'll take a chunk of this blue power crystal. If you are lower than level 50, it will give you an error, and it will say that you are not experienced enough. If you're level 50, you'll be able to pick it up, take it with you, and put it in your inventory. Once that's done, you then head back into this room. Okay, so you are now back in the room, and you can see the crystal just there. You're then going to go and interact with the statue up on the other thing. This one's easier to get to, no laser needed this time, just some crate jumping, and up you go. You're going to interact with this little nodule here. You're going to stick your red crystal that you got from Corellia into this thing, like so. You're then going to click this little museum statue button. This requires the blue power crystal, so the level 50 has to do this bit. As you see, Des, our wonderful level 50, is doing it there. Right, this deactivates this shield. You then come through this door. Now this is the fun part, and this is the part that gets really confusing and will take a while if you don't know what you're doing. So you go down here, and this is huge ship. Right, there's a bridge across here that you cannot get across at the moment. What you do is you go further round to the left or down the corridor, depending on which way you came, and you will find 3 control panels. And how this works is the whole fox, chicken, dog scenario kind of thing. You've got 3 control panels here, and there's another 3 over the other side of the bridge. They both work the bridge, so what you do when you've got 4 of you, we've actually got 5 with us, so it makes it a bit easier, but you will all use the consoles at the same time, and they'll beep. As I will now demonstrate, hopefully once I've just done my countdown. We're waiting for another guy to get there. There you go, you can see him get there, and we'll do a countdown, and we'll all use these, and the bridge will activate, and those 2 guys will then run across. Once they're across the bridge, there are 3 control panels lined up like these over that side, and then they use the consoles over there, and you use the ones over here. So if you've got ones on the left and the right consoles here, you just need someone over the other side of the bridge to use the center console. You just need someone using all 3 from both sides of the bridge, if that makes sense. There's a left, a center, and a right on both sides. You just need all 3 to be activated from at least one side. Now, you then run across with your other members, which we're able to do a bit quicker because we've got 5 of us. Once that's done, you then have 3 of you use these consoles over here, and the 4th guy then runs across the bridge. Now, what you need to do is you'll see up there a little thing, and that one's quite tricky to get to. It's recommended you stand next to those barrels to be able to get up there, otherwise it will just unstuck you every time you try and it will keep resetting you. The idea is to get to that door that you just saw, opposite where we are, and how this is done is really simple. So, just cutting to Athonus' view here for a second, you'll notice that there's a button down to the right, down there, which you need to send 1 guy to. And he will drop down like this, he will go and stand near this button and wait. And you have to time this just right, because all 4 of these are timed. So if you don't do it right, then you won't get across in time because the mag panels will shut off. They're each active for only a certain amount of time. You can also send 1 guy down to the left instead of the right, and he will use this one over here. And these 2 activate the 2 behind us. I will show you where in a second. Okay, so cutting back to me, you're going to have guys drop down, as you're about to see. Thonus will drop down and will run off to one side, and we'll have one of the other guys run off to one of the other sides. So there you go. Thonus is dropping down. He's going to run along. I can show you this. 1 guy is going to hook up there, just that little green thing that you saw up there. Standing by the barrels is the best way to do it, otherwise you will keep bugging back down because it will think you are stuck. And the idea is that one of you will also drop down here in a second. I will show you where. The idea is that you're all trying to get across from that center one that I've just shown you. Okay, so you'll have one guy stay up there at the panels where you just were. You'll send two guys along these beams to drop down to these ones. And one guy will drop down where I'm going to show you in a second. Now, Athonus is just going to get stuck and fall, but don't worry, we'll edit that out and we'll cross-dissolve in a wonderful effect and get across. So one guy drops down there. We have 5 guys with us, which is why 2 have dropped down. You only need to send one. You send one down to the right, one across to the left. One stays up at the control panels, where we just were, and the 4th guy drops down here. You're going to walk along these beams, which you can fall through, so be careful. You're going to walk along, and you need to go up and to the right from here. I will show you in a sec. There. So you're trying to get up to there. So the 2 guys that went over the walkway and to the left and right, you're going to get them to count down and activate their buttons, and the guy that's here and the guy that's up on the things near the control panels, they're both going to hook shot up. So you'll get a countdown, you'll activate them. This one should become active in a sec. There you go. You'll see me hook up to it. Once you've used your buttons, the magnetic controls, you all type /stuck and you teleport back here. You then run along the center, like so. You look up to the left and you hook shot onto that one. All of you do this that are trying to get the 10 stats. Now one of you will look to the right over like you've just seen and will hook shot over here, and this is the final one. You drop down onto this little ledge, you press the mag button, and this one activates the one above the door. You then hook shot back to the center, like so, and then all of you can just jump straight across to the door. You've got a fair amount of time, but not too long, so don't wait around. Okay? And through this door, there's nothing else. That is a small corridor. You go round, you talk to a door, and you get your +10 stats. You can only do it if you're a level 50. Once you've done it, you then lose the items and cannot reclaim them. You can go and pick up the red crystal, and you can keep your gun, but you can't get that blue core crystal, if you remember, from the artifact exhibit. You can't get that, which powers the statue to break one of the shields. You need someone that's never done this before to be able to do that. So there you go. +10 stats on the Imperial fleet. Hard, tricky, but very, very enjoyable. It does require a group of 4 people. And you go down here, like so. Of course, you don't have to be 50 to help someone do it. As you can see, some of us aren't. But we're just helpful people. There you go, you click that, and that's it. As you'll see, I get access denied, but Des will actually get a little speech bubble up here above his head, and he'll be getting his +10 stats. So there. +10 stats on the Imperial fleet. Wonderful little puzzle from Bioware. Hope you enjoy it. We'll of course be putting out more SWTOR coverage and more Datacron videos, heroic instances, nightmare, everything that we possibly can. Of course, Steel Legion Guild from the Elden 3 community. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped you get your +10 stats, and you never know, you could even sell it to level 50s by telling them where it is. I will see you for the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and enjoy SWTOR nearly as much as I am, because you can't enjoy as much as me. Peace!